Hi everyone, Laura here with another version of Financial Fun Friday. And you'll have to excuse my casual attire. I'm actually on the road and there may be some background noise. I'm in a hotel lobby, but I wanted to start off the new year with a Financial Fun Friday video. So, what I wanted to talk about today, there's lots of things to consider when buying a home, not just picking out the home, where's the bathrooms located, all those kinds of things, but a lot of things financially to consider when buying a home. So, if you're talking to me, good or bad, I'm only concerned with the loan and debt part of your home buying. So I'm going to tell you what your principal and interest, taxes, insurance, and any homeowners association dues are. But there are lots of other things to consider. So you've got to look at the whole picture, and you've got to look at the whole picture not just with your money, but also with your time and your abilities. So, if you are purchasing a home and it has tons and tons and tons of stairs and you have a hard time with stairs, probably not the best fit. So that's just a kind of an example of that. So first thing, I have a lot of people come into my office and say, we want to do a fixer-upper, which, okay, that is definitely a possibility. Those homes are out there. But what you have to consider is, the cost of doing what you want to do to that home. If you're starting to talk about, rearranging plumbing and kitchens and all those things, that gets very, very expensive. So kind of thinking through some of that. The other is if you have the ability or know-how to do that on your own, or if you're going to have to hire someone. That's definitely another cost to consider. Sometimes people also don't plan for contingencies. So if you get into fixing something and you pop into a problem you didn't know you had, there's more expense that you maybe didn't plan on. So really thinking through a lot of those things. Another obvious one with budgeting monthly would be utilities and expenses. So, is it all electric? My parents live on a farm and they have to have LP gas delivered. So, thinking through and knowing what you're getting into, if you're going to have a gas bill, all of those things are definitely something to consider. And you should be able to get a pretty good idea either from the seller or from the actual utility company, a general ballpark of what those should run you every year. If they seem very, very high, there may be an issue with the home that you need to have checked out and inspected before you purchase it. Another thing that I hear people complain about, but they don't often think about, is what services are available to you in your new home. Can you get the high-speed internet that you want? Sometimes if you're in a rural area, there's no option other than hotspotting off of your phone. So you've got to be able to add that need to your bill. Same with television or cable or satellite dish. If you live in the woods, you may not be able to get a satellite dish. So, some of those things just thinking through, and, if it's really not important to you, it's no big deal. But if it is, if you work from home or something like that, you need to have good internet access. The other thing that I actually personally ran into with my house, do I have the time, skill, and willingness to keep up with the outdoors of my home? So I live on a pretty large property. It takes us 2.5 hours to mow our yard. So, I had to kind of think through, am I willing to do this or let it look like crap, or am I willing to pay someone to do it? And ultimately, I ended up deciding to have someone help me out with that. But when I decided to do that, that was another cost. Same with if your property has a lot of trees or something like that, you need to be prepared to take care of those should something happen to one of them. So just some of those kind of things to think through. Another big one that people get into is if the new home has a pool. That does require a lot of maintenance, a lot of care, time, energy, that sort of a thing. So just something to weigh if that's something you're willing to tackle and or if you know how. I would have no clue on how to maintain my pool chemicals. So that's something that you may have to learn or be willing to learn. So just wanted to throw a couple of other things at you today about owning a home, some of the other expenses other than, what I'm going to talk to you about. So lots of stuff to consider. Definitely is a big decision. If you have any questions, I would love to sit down with you and kind of help you crunch some numbers on some homes that you're interested in. So please give me a call or shoot me a text. Have a good one.